Hello everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of WesterosCraft Walks. I'm your host Lucia.
And I'm Kobe.
And this week we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So we're going to be going into the behind the scenes of the server. So we'll be looking at world edit, trees, ships,
how projects are built, like planned out.
Professions, all sorts. So you can kind of
Ramsey's
see
play area,
Kobe's favorite part of the server. So that way you'll kind of be able to see the inner workings, because every week we show builds and that's fantastic. But we thought it might be fun to kind of go behind the scenes.
Yeah. So we are starting here in the forest. What is it? It's not a forest. We were in a box all along.
We can fly? I never knew we had this skill.
Oh yeah, in this episode we are flying in this episode. Oh yeah, and it's also a live episode.
Yes.
So like normally we record the footage first and then we commentate over it, but now
then Kobe doesn't let us stop, and then I have to keep my mistakes in. I love it.
But yeah, now we are actually recording the commentary as we record.
So it's going to be even worse than usual.
Yeah, as we record here. So yeah, the first thing we wanted to show you is kind of the world building. So the whole world at the beginning, they use a program called World Painter to do like the general shape of the world. But then afterwards, when people start projects, they kind of wanna improve the landscape, make it nicer, kind of more natural. Maybe they want a specific little river here and there. So that's kind of what we are starting with today. So this is we're in the test world at the moment. So this is not the normal world where all the buildings are on. This is a separate world where everyone...
the mouse around a lot. What is this? Gonna give people headaches with all this jiggling.
So this is the world where like people can test their stuff. So this red is usually for voxel sniper.
That sounds like a really good Twitch name.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of creating the landscape as well as world edit. So over here we will kind of it won't be a tutorial on how to make it, but you can kind of see the process. So if they want a river, they kind of paint blocks like that with commands and brushes with voxel, and they kind of go step by step, and it ends up a nice little river. Here as well we got an example of how to do like a mountainous forest. This one in particular is for Red Fort, I'm pretty sure. We will check it out as well, because they got some nice world edit and voxel snipe things there. So you can see over here it's a tutorial. So for the people who want to learn it, you can just
I would never do that. It's too hard.
Yeah, I went through it. I know a few commands, but I never actually did any proper world painting. I know the commands, but I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, so no one trusts Kobe with that job.
Yeah, you can see it kind of step by step. We start with like the red sand, and then we kind of put some nicer blocks in there, some brushes, some rocks, and they can paint the trees on here. We'll see tree test as well. Here is kind of you can see how the vegetation, if you go up a slope, should go like smaller at the top and stuff. And here is like the finished project. So this.
Ooh, it's like we're in a real forest.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm guessing next we can kind of look at some. I'd say we can do tree tests, but I kind of want to have a look at.
Well, isn't directly in front of us what professions?
Yeah, that's for
like a little to the left.
That's for later. This.
Ooh,
this is for later.
Sneak peek.
Also, how to build a tower. Those are wrong, and this one's right.
Ramsey's
this is gradients.
Ground is
how
somewhere around here as well.
So this doesn't look good. This looks too random. But you want a nice gradient, maybe some darker at the bottom, and it kind of goes a little lighter at the top. That's nice for a gradient. So we will actually have a look at the world itself. We'll go to the overworld and have a look at some in-progress projects that are doing some world painting, kind of making the terrain. So yeah, you can kind of see it here. This is Warp Bogs, which is a project in the early stages, I think.
I'm going to say from the world edit, the yes is in the early stages.
You can kind of see the roads are kind of planned out, or the rivers are planned out. The terrain over here got some hills. So yeah, if we go down, this is all wool.
But sometimes what people will do, I've seen before, where they have world edit, they'll have the blocks they want, so like dirt and grass and fallen leaves, and then they put like a percentage with it. Yeah, and I think that's when they do world edit, they can add it in, so it kind of like automatically generates.
Yes, yeah.
But the annoying thing is it doesn't do half slabs. So sometimes with a project, people will ask, "Can you help me and do some slabs?"
Yeah, you'll have to fill in the slabs later.
So just know every time you walk over a slab, that baby was hand placed.
Yeah. Yeah, so so you can see the reason why it's wool is to easily replace it, so they can use a command with their brushes with Voxel Sniper, and they can basically set, oh yeah, this area, this block, I want 20% dirt, 20% stone, maybe 20% grass on that,
and the rest just vodka, and that's me.
And that will kind of randomize the terrain. And maybe if we have a look further over here, you can see kind of some plants have been placed already. Let's just have a look, fly over. I just got my render distance quite low at the moment, just to improve the frame rate. But yeah, over here you can see at the end we place grass on it. There's a mix between maybe gravel, dirt, sand at the beaches. You can kind of do that with voxel painter over here as well. So the next thing, I just wanted to show as well Redford, because that's one of my favorite areas to like, where you can have a visual of what you can do with painting.
Then let's go.
Yeah.
Do. They've been working on this project for a while.
Yeah,
I think it kind of stopped, and then it's back.
It's been since like 2015.
So yeah, going on in a while.
But yeah, so here you can see the area that's already been painted, that's already been finished with, I'm pretty sure he's finished this little part with the world edit. And here you can see how it looks before it's finished.
Well, it is called Red Fort, so yeah, it's finished.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's red sand is just used because it stands out for.
Even on the tree.
Oh yeah, it kind of stands out. It's kind of the universal block for like when you're kind of shaping the terrain before you place any specific stone blocks or anything.
Oh look, there's some plots down there. I'll see if they're open. Come build them then.
Oh yeah.
Not right now.
Not right now. Should I not go check? Let's have a look what it is. Ooh.
Oof.
Farming hamlet.
Tiny.
So, oh yeah, here you can see where the fields will go. Here is where they've already placed the fields. Oh yeah, and this is in the Vale, by the way, so that's why you got all those mountains. But yeah, oh yeah, here I think you have. It's also work in progress. I think you have a mini. Oh no, that's just fort. Here's another copy of the castle floating. Oh, here you can also see they do this sometimes as well, like make the castle out of wool first, and then with commands you can kind of do the gradient as well, so they can kind of, like here, they can kind of set a ratio of what kind of blocks they want, and then they don't have to put every gradient block by hand. They can.
Well, sometimes they do. And there was a build I went to, I don't remember which one. No, it was the one we wanted to do that had like the Ewok-esque things through the trees.
Oh, you mean that we wanted to do a video about?
Yes.
Yeah, and that one is coming next week, by the way. The people voted massively to go into the woods, so that one will come next week. So yeah, that was kind of it for this world shaping bit of the episode, and now we will have a look at the trees.
Yeah.
So as you might have seen,
we got a lot of trees going on.
Trees over here. We don't build the trees by hand. We don't place.
I tried doing that once, and it's actually really hard.
We don't place saplings on the ground and use bone meal to grow them. We can kind
What?
of.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, we can kind of use.
That's why our trees look real.
I think voxel painter as well to do it. So I think if I go to my own plot, I can kind of show that.
No, what are you gonna do? Just delete the whole world or something? Who knows?
Oh yeah, maybe that's also a good thing to say here as well. Like before someone can do a project, but they have to plan out the whole area, make little house tests, like on their own plots, and then like here's a little model that I'm working on. But yeah, you have to make a whole document with the research on the project, your whole plans.
Like a resume and everything.
Yeah, and tests for the project, and only then, if the mods approve of your project, you can start working in the actual builder's world.
But as you can see, some people use their test plots to show
Pixel art.
their creativity.
Have a look at some pixel art.
And now the episode goes off the rails.
Yeah, so
Well, some people's plots are so impressive. I look at mine and I'm like, because they recently expanded it, which is why you can see on Kobe, he has a yellow bit around it.
yes,
Like
so
all
we
this
got
stuff
bigger
is extra,
plots.
and I was like, I don't know what to do with it. So I was like,
Yeah, so I as I said, I never properly used voxel sniper and world edit on the actual world, but I've been kind of testing it. So for example, I can place a tree.
Wow!
An apple tree. And
Watch out, ladies! Here he comes.
If I want a bigger apple tree, I think I'll have to go all the way back for that.
What's the command?
Thing. Ooh, thing.
Apple 5?
No, it was an S.
That's an S? Oh
Yeah, if
lord, I
put
need some
a-
glasses.
for small, and if I put M, it will be a bigger apple tree. Ooh. Is it bigger? Yeah, oh yeah, you can kind of see it's a little bigger. And yeah, they're all quite random
Calm
as
down,
well.
you're gonna be covered in trees.
Like for example, like those trees aren't exactly the same. We can also do another one. We can do, for example,
Do we have pear trees? I don't think we do.
I don't
No.
think so. Maybe, I don't know. I know we have
Never seen
aspen.
one.
Is aspen like that?
I think so. I don't
And
know.
go M for medium.
We'll find out.
Is it real?
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Boo, boo, doo, boo, boo.
Does it do anything?
I see no tree.
Oh,
hey!
there it is. Yeah. Do we have a large aspen? I don't know.
Okay, let's not let this episode become too boring now.
Okay, but we're doing.
Why
trees,
don't
but
Why
yeah,
don't
you
we
can
just go to the warp trees?
Yeah, but you can see like it kind of randomizes every tree you place, and now we will go to where that happens.
Oh, here we
There
are.
we go, tree tests.
With a nice little warp.
So here we got lots of trees. This is actually the place where we actually do build trees by hand. And we kind of use like settings, or like commands that kind of link those brushes that, for example, I use to do those apple trees and those aspen trees, and we kind of randomize it with like all the different ones that we have on here. For example, if I were what is Scroove? Scrub oak. I can't read, sorry.
Scrooves!
So here you can see
Free Shavakadoo!
it's small, medium, over there is large. That's kind of that at the end, like when I did apple S for small and apple M for large, it's kind of in those areas. But then here, for example, I could have, instead of apple, I could have used scrub oak, and then it would have taken some from here. Yeah, here you have all the different types of trees. Yeah.
Good job, trees.
For example, oak and stuff. So then you have oak S would be, then the program would take one of those. If I was to do oak M for medium, it would take one of these bigger ones. If I were
What
to
is
do
happening in the chat?
oak L, oh yeah, maybe I should move that.
There we go.
There we go. If I was to do oak L, oak large, then one of these would come up.
But I want to go to the most interesting. But those are some funky trees. Live
They're
in
like
one of those.
redwoods, yeah. But yeah, we got tons of different kinds of trees.
Let's go to the ships.
The ships, we have to go to the shrubs.
Are you going to show us every single tree?
Yeah. So,
I'm sorry,
you can
guys.
see-
This idea, it was my idea to do this, and it sounded like a great idea to begin with. Because with Game of Thrones being over there doing a similar thing of like a behind the scenes, I thought, let's do that too. I shouldn't have let Kobe be in charge. What is this episode going to become?
Here are the ships.
There we go. Let me do this.
So this is ship test next to the trees.
So quite a lot of
Yeah.
builders actually build their own ships. Like they don't
Well,
copy and
there's
paste
only-
it, but some do. But most time it's like for gathering inspiration. Because at the end of the day, there's only so many different ways you can build a ship.
Yeah, so there's only a few builders who can actually properly build ships, I think. But yeah, here you can also copy them if you want from here. That can maybe just change the colors of the banners to represent the house. But yeah, you got different types. You got galleys and military ships. Let's go have a look what this one is. These are trade ships, galleys, trade ships. So you get kind of different kinds of
Pirate ship.
yeah. Get different.
See, this is more
kind-
my speed of ship.
Oh, yeah, I can build these kind of ships. I can do those little boats. What's this? Yeah, different
Come
kinds
on.
of ships. We also have rock tests. Do you want to have a look at the rocks?
Yes!
I actually don't know where they are exactly. I think they're.
I think
over
behind
here.
us it's shrubs. Or
Oh, we'll just fly around.
that's what happens when we put down the render distance. We're like, I can't see ahead of me.
Yeah, well,
Who's there?
I usually pre-render for other videos. Oh, we can have a look at dead trees.
I
Oh,
can't
there
even
it
build
is.
dead trees, to be honest.
Here is
Fallen
rock
down
tests.
trees.
Oh yeah, we even have like these aren't really like forest detail, like little shrubs and stones.
Fallen down
shrubs.
trees.
Like these you can place as well, like the same way that I placed those trees earlier with the voxel sniper. You got these are for meadows, but it doesn't look like this way you place it. It's kind of spread out. So I think that's it for tree tests and stuff and shrub tests.
Oh, you got the weirwood
weirwoods, yeah.
With all the different faces. I think the faces are fairly new. Well, not the faces, but the variety of faces.
Oh yeah, and
Because most people tend to just add their own face in, like copy a weirwood then add the face. Because there are like 10 faces now,
yeah,
and they are just really great.
yeah. So
Scary.
here in the tree test, when you place a weirwood, it doesn't come with the face. You'll have to do it manually. But here you can also see this glass represents the floor. So also when you place it in the world, the roots will go under the ground and only this part will go up.
Those are some big boys.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, even if you go to the test world and you fly around, you find all types of different things.
Little miniatures of
Where is this?
areas. Oh, I can have a look where it is.
Old Town? No.
Just Old Duskendale.
I don't know. At the,
Is this High Garden?
where? Yes, that must be this High Garden.
This is Mini High Garden. Mini King's Landing. Different
Reiterations.
reiterations of the.
Well, I remember King's Landing, the most recent one, they were, I want to say, like 50-60% done with it, and then they completely redid it. Because they had another one that was really different. I remember I was there and they told me they were going to redo it, and I was like, no, I like this so much. But it looks really good how it is now.
Yeah, so you can see like how King's Landing was already plotted in miniature style. Can we go in the sept?
I think we can. Oof.
Yeah, mini sept of Baelor. Oh, there it is. So we got Mini High Garden, Mini King's Landing, Mini Winterfell.
Well, pretty much every single city will have a mini of.
But these ones are just even cuter.
Yeah, so this is like the planning stages. Oh yeah, here you actually have a
What's an example of how to plot?
example how to plot. So after the kind of terrain is done and it's ready to build the houses, we do outlines of houses. Say the classes. We got middle class and
Yeah, most time it would be the class with the block on it, that sign on it, sorry, that will say,
with
you know,
roof type.
this. But then they'll actually put the blocks to show, like let's say Lannisport stone, and then thatch on top, light thatch, and that will show you what color palette you should use.
So yeah, here you also have some tests for little holdfasts, how to build those. Got different, over here you also have different tests for different regions, but these are quite old, I'm guessing. As well, you got different road tests. I think you can kind of make this with World Edit and Voxel Sniper as well. It kind of guides you how to make realistic roads, like on ridges and in different terrains. We're gonna have a look at some in progress projects as well, like kind of at this stage of plotting. I think he's in the stage of plotting and like letting people build, right?
Well, his main project now is most of the houses are done, but I think one of his holdfasts is plotting, like a mixture of plotting and built.
Okay. Okay, so is this the test for his project?
Well, this is the style of his project, but this is like his general plot. It's when you go up, because he's built up, that you see the different layers.
Okay. Yeah, so he's working on House Knot, right?
Yeah.
Which is one of the mountain clans of the north. Kind of a unique project as well. Yeah, so here you can, it's this over here at the top, right? Yeah, so here you can see like all the tests that you have to do before you can start working on the project in the real world. He's got a small version of the castle as well here. Guessing this is the scaled up version. What was the warp of his project? Was it just warp
Warp Knot? Yeah. So here you're actually there. That is the thing that will show you all the different plots that go into it. So it's not just the main village. There's the mining hamlet and all the different hamlets. So there you can also see what has plots if you want to go see something with plots in as well.
So yeah, you can see the style guide as well here, kind of how the village, how the houses should look. Yeah, here the main village, it's already been fully built, but over here you can see as well the person who built it, what it was, if it's approved or not, because like the builder has to go in and approve it as well. Otherwise, we will go to a little montage of Lucia building a plot, because we did that as well.
So when I first get to my plot, I lay down all the bricks needed for the build. Then I go in and change the gradient, add the interior floor. For this house, it's only low class, so I just use dirt and gravel. Then next I move on to the roof, because I find it's easier to work that way. It's not a straight building, it's diagonal, so some people tend to steer away from it because they can find the roof tricky, but I'm used to them. Then in a house like this, where the ceiling is high enough, I like to add in a balcony to kind of give the illusion of space without adding walls. Then I move on to the garden, and there I'll do a vegetable patch, some washing lines. It's only a low class house, so you can't make it too fancy, but you also have to make the most of all the space that you have. Because this is a farmer's house, so they would know how to grow and cultivate their own crops. But some people, if they have space, will do some chickens. Then when you're done, you just simply add a done block on top, and then the project leader will know to come, inspect your house, and leave any notes and comments if needed. So they'll just go around and leave a note above or next to something if it needs to be changed or improved. Or if everything's good, then they will just simply slap a approved block, and then you know you're good and you're done. Like this right here. So there we go.
So yeah, Lucia explained a bit how building a house works for a builder. So yeah, hopefully that's more clear. But yeah, that was down south in the High Garden area. You can already see, like in the north, we got quite a different style. So every build, but almost every project has its own style. So that requires planning from the project lead as well in those cases. Over here you can see this area. I guess it's still in progress. Oh no, I guess. What's this? Oh, it's
a little complex.
Little complex, yeah. We'll fly around the area Ooh, you can see here something
What's
is
this?
going
A
on
river?
here.
No, it's too high up.
It might be a river, yeah, just like a guide for the river, but they'll actually put the water in lower. Oh, here we have an example of.
I know. I was gonna try and build here, but I don't know. It's kind of more difficult almost to build a sunken house than a regular house.
Oh yeah, because here.
Because like you have to dig in. It's like how far do I dig in, and then it's like you have to add all these extra features in that normal houses you don't have to think about as much. Where it's so cold here, they have to have so much storage.
So yeah, here you can see as well where Lucia was saying it was in the northern areas. It's kind of common to have the houses underground, kind of to preserve the heat. Usually have like a fire hole as well, with a smoke hole in the ceiling. More primitive houses, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, on his plot he has an example of showing you kind of how he wants the interior styled, but like where he wants the fireplace to go. Because it's something people don't often think about. They just kind of plop the fireplace anywhere, which in a normal house is fine. But then in a house like this, you have to really think about it in regards to where you put it, where it will affect when you like open the door, different things like that. And even things like, when you hear, oh, they have a pet, most people just put something in the garden. Whereas here, they can't do that. They're going to have to put something inside the house because the animal will definitely freeze to death out here. So that's why you saw in the house we went into, they actually had a little section in the corner, and that would be for keeping either a dog or for keeping livestock in. So 1, you're getting all that extra heat. 2, if they're outside, they are going to die. And 3, look at how creepy that face is. There are some that are really bad though.
Like as in funny?
Well, funny to some people.
So now we'll have a look at war professions.
This hasn't been updated in ages though, but it's still really useful for some, like, let's say there's a build you want to do, but you don't know how the profession works. You can come here, and the most popular ones are here. Winemaking, tanning. They don't have one for barrel making though.
Whole list. So yeah, we have what's this over here? It's kind of bright, isn't it?
I think it's for dyeing.
Oh, dyeing, yeah, here.
Internally.
So you got dyeing. Found some of that. I think we saw some of those in our King's Landing tour.
Yeah, they had the dyeing thing.
Little apiary for the bees. Like kind of how to build that. They also have over
Getting
here.
distracted.
No, over here. The whole thing of like how if you are building a house under construction, like how the different steps are. And there's no explanations.
Yeah, because like when you're building like a daub and wattle house, what they have to do is when you say like a wattle fence, where it's like the softer twigs wrapped around each other, that's what they have, and then they slap the animal dung on that. So you have to kind of imitate it with this. Was it like straw, dung, mud, and water?
Yeah. So
the mixture of stuff you don't want in your mouth.
Here you see it: wet soil, maybe some clay if you want, sand.
But sand is meant to go in your bread.
Animal dung, some straw, and you mix it all together,
and you get Kobe.
And you get a daub.
What's up, daub?
That's red daub. It would just be slapped onto the wattle over here. Then it dries. Then kind of supporting wattle, I guess. And then if you want, you can also whitewash it to make it nicer. You got a chandler over here as well somewhere. I used to make chandlers quite a lot, I think. Oh, this is tanning, which is also quite a nice, like a complicated process. Like lots of different steps.
Well, one that is as well is making barrels, because you have to have like a whole garden section where you do the like burning the inside of the barrel.
I think I swear we used to have more. Maybe I'm just flying over.
I think you've just grown up, so everything just seems smaller now.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
Well, most time, what you do if you want to know about a profession that's not here, because it's like a collective thing. Everyone's working together. You just simply ask in the chat. Oh, does anyone know? Yes, congratulations, cheese. does anyone know a really good example of X, Y, and Z? And people go, oh yeah, there's one here, there's one there, and they'll give you the warp for it, so you can always find your way around. You just gotta ask.
Oh, I think this is cider.
Yeah.
This is cider, yeah. If you want to do make a cidery. Where's Ramsey's play area? Is this it? This is it, right?
Yeah, I think this is it.
So look if.
Because that's one thing. Goat torture.
Oh, it's just a throne, yeah.
But it's like people don't think about all the different types of torture that would have gone on.
Yeah, so this is Ramsey's play area, where it's kind of like the same as War Professions, but for different torture methods.
Man, I want to add my cool one there, but you have to, with things like this, you have to ask permission first before you do it. It was one I found out from like the 14th century, where they would hang people up. Oh, there it is, this one.
This
But
one.
I did mine differently.
Yeah, so they would hang them up here, and then they'd have a big saw.
And then saw them
from
down their
there.
butthole. The butthole is
Yeah.
the guide, the butt cheeks, the line they provide.
Oh yeah, the stretch rack.
Well, that was a good one as well with
taller.
the cage in the floor and the rats.
Oh yeah, when they showed in the show at
Yeah.
Harrenhal. If that's not a spoiler, probably.
Well, I mean, people die everywhere, so.
Oh, here is a nice wheel if you want to tan a little.
Well, you know, conventional wheels, they are powered by water. This one a little different.
Oh, here's a water mill actually. And here you also have some tests for different vegetables.
Go through the
this?
entrance. It's IKEA.
Oh, it's IKEA. Oh, IKEA
Where
is
you
the same
going?
for. Oh, I thought this
It's
was
over
the
here, over
entrance.
there, the entrance. The other side. I don't know.
Is this the entrance?
Here. So basically,
I
IKEA
thought
is.
they had a big IKEA sign at the front.
I think. Well, the world
Might have been the
changes.
older IKEA. But yeah, IKEA is the same as War Professions, but only for furniture.
But it is a little old because like the style of the server recently is changing a lot. So I didn't build for a while, then I came back and it's like, what happened to logs? Everyone hates logs now.
Yeah, I don't remember this IKEA.
I remember
this
this
is
IKEA.
This is the new IKEA for me.
Well, everything's new for you because you never go on the server.
No, I go on to record. Oh, here beds. You got different bed and not in use, a baby's crib. Got different baby's cribs, different like styles of beds that you can use. Oh, a rookery area. For crows. Library, I guess this is the maester's area. Lord's beds, different examples. Furnaces, fireplaces.
Carts and such.
Yeah.
Miscellaneous
exactly.
gardens. And like here as well to show you how to do
Roofs.
roofs and such.
Okay, we got statues here. We got the Dragonstone one.
Mm-hmm.
Which statues do you like? This is just I guess inspiration as well.
Oh, that's
that's
White Harbour.
Yeah.
Jinx.
So yeah, you got quite a few different styles of statues. These are the Targaryens. I think these are for the crypts beneath Baelor.
Mm.
Yeah, so that was about it for this video. I'm back here at War Professions, just to let you know, in case you're interested in medieval professions and how they worked, I have a whole series about medieval professions on my personal channel, how they worked in the actual Middle Ages, not related to Minecraft. So if you're interested in that, there will be a link on screen right now or at the end of the video. And if you're watching right now as this episode premieres, in a few minutes on my personal channel there will be a new premiere of my new series as well. That's all about different aspects of medieval castles, so what the different aspects of the castle were used for and the variations in them. So yeah, if you're interested in real medieval stuff, you can check the link on screen right now, which will lead you to my personal channel, and you can check out my videos that I have on there. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.